ever walk inside from your outdoor chores and have nowhere to put your coat? You may be like our family and find the nearest thing that looks like a coat rack, or just toss it on the closest thing to the door, and it ends up in the floor. Well, today we're going to help solve that problem with using only 2 6-foot outdoor fence pickets. So let's grab our coats, head back outside, and start this project. And the basic tools are a staple gun, tape measure, skill saw, 2 drills, 1 to pre-drill, glue, and your 2 pickets. The first cuts you're going to make are 15 inches, and you're going to need 3 of these boards. These are going to make up the vertical pieces of your coat rack. And the last cut makes your 3 pieces. And the next boards you're going to cut are 18 1/4 inch. You're going to need 2 of these. And the last piece you're going to cut is 20.5 inches long. This is actually the decorative piece that's going to go on top. Then you're going to measure this one 2 inches wide. Now this is where it goes from beginner to a little bit more intermediate. This compound miter saw really comes in handy for this because you can extend the blade all the way forward and backwards, and it makes this part a whole lot easier. Then you just flip the board over and finish that last section of the cut. And we want a 1-inch overhang on each of the sides. And add a little bit of that Gorilla Glue for wood, and then we fire up the nail gun. And we're using 1.5 inch 18 gauge nails. With this step, you want to make sure that you are nailing straight down so the ends of the nails don't shoot through the wood. And now that the top piece is complete, we're going to assemble the rest of it. And the spacing on these really can be whatever you want it to be. We are going with a 3/4 inch spacing between the 3 vertical pieces, but honestly, you can adjust it to however it fits your needs. Just add some wood glue and 3 of the nails for each of the boards. And a little bit of wood glue and some nails for the last board. We are going with a 1.5 inch overhang from the bottom. You can make this whatever dimensions you want it to be to make it look how you want it to look. That's what makes this project so easy. You really can't mess it up. And the final step in the build part is just adding your hooks, whichever ones you want. We went with the Allen Roth that we got from Lowe's. But again, you can pick whichever style fits your needs. This step takes a little bit of time and patience. We want to be directly center of each board, but about 10 inches on center down from the top. We always recommend pre-drilling your holes in any wood that you're drilling to prevent it from splitting. Just making sure that it looks nice and straight, and then we will secure the other side of the hook. And now that you have the first one done, the other two are just repeating the same process. We just want to make sure that we get all of the hooks lined up so that it looks nice and level. And that completes the build part of this. Now I also want to put in some extra support on that decorative piece at top just so that it doesn't come off. And that looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Now we're going to take it inside and let the glue dry and kind of set up for a little bit. While this is a pressure treated outdoor wood, we just like to stain with Early American. Just gives it a nice dark finish. One thing I would advise is if you are staining it, make sure that you let it dry plenty of time. And then we're going to polyurethane it because you will have fabric touching it, and it would rub the stain off and it would stain your clothes. And now that the stain is dried, we're going to be utilizing some spray polyurethane. This just goes on a whole lot quicker and easier, and it'll be great for this project. Tell me the kind of the height. Is that too tall?
No, you don't want them dragging. I think that's good. It's not blocking the outlet either.
And the final step is to attach to the wall. We're going to pre-drill into a stud to make sure that any weight wouldn't damage the wall. And now, as you walk in, there is a place to hang your coats. And this one that's still on the floor. And there you have it, an easy DIY coat rack for just the cost of 2 6-foot pickets and whichever hardware that you want to use and hang that up with. But guys, it's just that simple. This is a really basic skill level project that anybody can do. The only thing that was a little bit difficult was splitting that top piece right there. That's more decorative than anything. But that took a little finagling. If you didn't trust yourself holding the saw, I can see where that would be a little bit more difficult for somebody to do. But now, no excuses to have our coats laying on support poles or on tables or even on the floor. If you like DIY builds like this, I'll leave a link to our floating tote storage system that we made. I'll leave it right here. And if you want to check out some of our latest farm videos, I'll leave that right here. And we appreciate you guys tuning in today. We'll see you on the next video.